clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And it's on the ground. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Power football with the run. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45, out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position, it's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed, all these guys had vision and quickness, and this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking for a man, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Here's the handoff. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. They'll run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Out of the gun, the inside give. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Play action on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. The snap count is silent, it's predictable, and then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This has been a disaster for the offense down close to the goal line. The first snap, they get sacked. The second snap, they're lucky it wasn't picked, throwing that one into coverage. Here you go on 3rd down. They're going to have to throw for it. You better be careful. QB's got to make a good decision.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down.
This is kind of like Vegas and gambling. You got a big completion there on 3rd down. You've set up 4th. You could take the field goal and take the easy money, but you might decide to roll the dice here, stay on the field, and go for it on 4th down, hoping to get a touchdown.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Touchdown tie! And they have the first points of the game.
Hey, man, if we're going to show up here and play this game, we're not kicking field goals early. We didn't come here to just lay up. They drive the field. They get it down 4th and goal. Field goal would have been easy. Head coach decides to go for it. The offense pays off the decision with a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll try the right side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a...
He's going for a big play downfield. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. On his way from around the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Looking for a crease to the left. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. He's got it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration out front. As a result, they lose yardage.
For a man, it's Russell. Scrambling away. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
What a big third down stop for this defense. Man, they're in field goal range. What do? You push them out of range by getting pressure on the quarterback, and most importantly, getting that fast guy on the ground. He can make plays. He can get outside the pocket. Nice discipline, nice structure by this defense, and possibly taking points off the scoreboard.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
That's a really nice run right there. One of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Grabbed in the backfield. It's LeBlanc. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Fires left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his ball or wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He leaves it with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes a stop.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's complete on the right side. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Russell. Makes the catch, it's Pringle. Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Bama! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up by 21 over Eastern Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fighting off the defender.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Picked off! What a play by this defense. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lets it fly on the move. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Oh, he wants it all. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to break down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
Shoots it to the left. All by himself. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. Steps away. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And the offense had to have a drive. They had to put points on the board. 0 points until this drive. Down in this ball game. Needed to get some momentum. Gonna need a lot more in the second half if they want to win this football game.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The give to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Gets the back moving. Direct snap. It's Peoples. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. Might be changing the route. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
Here comes that Alabama offense. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Turning it, headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tatum. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Unloads to the wideout. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Now, 4th down.
Going for the marker on the ground. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your offensive line to go for it in that situation of the field at this juncture of the game, but this head coach does, and his offense shows you why. Great job up front getting some push, and the running back knew exactly where he needed to go.
not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Heaves it deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Finds his man. It's Graham. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this.
Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wide receiver. Keep it on the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still
Touchdown time! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Western Michigan is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is not a given. They're up by 9 over Tennessee. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fielded in the end zone, it's Tatum. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Sayin. Bringing the heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He tries to take the top off. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Takes the handoff. It's Hill. Fights off the defender. And he's knocked down in the backfield, but man, how many tackles did he escape before he was finally brought down?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Kick is in the air. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Well, guys, so far this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. On the direct snap, it's Peoples. Pocket breaking down. And they are knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage as the defense declines.